there's a beautiful Quranic verse which is, and see around you all things, you will find no want of proportion therein, and we have created all things in order. In sacred art, how one can simply state is that it is how the divine wishes itself to be known, and it is the human participation in it. So it's not something that I've cooked up or somebody else is going to put a sign on. And that's why in most sacred art you don't have signatures, because the individual doesn't matter really. It's beyond the individual.
The ethos of the school really is to promote the universal principles in terms of the structure of nature and the nature of the universe as expressed in arts and crafts. We're dealing with the concept of beauty, which is a permanent quality which shines through the transient world.
Islamic art has three principal forms, the most important being calligraphy, which is the word of God, so it's the closest to the revelation, so forth. The next would be Islami, or arabesque as most people know it. It's the vegetative, decorative element. And then at the bottom, the foundation would be geometry.
Geometry is the knowledge of the eternally existent. This is from Plato's seventh book. And it really refers to this principle that we're working with the basis of shape and form. The hexagon, for example, which is the structure of the snowflake, will be a hexagon in 2,000 years' time, is a hexagon today, and was a hexagon 2,000 years ago.
The way geometry is sacred is that it actually underlies all of life itself. You can find geometry in atomic structures, you can find it, the proportional systems in geometry underlie plant growth. You can see the geometry operating in the movement of the planets. And because it's such a universal underlying phenomena, then by virtue of creating your sacred buildings in the same manner, along the same lines, then you're sort of emulating the created order in your buildings. You can find these proportional systems in Islamic architecture, Christian architecture, Buddhist architecture, under all of them, and in their artworks, and the proportional systems in their paintings and artworks.
Within the Quran you have a frontispiece. It's often a geometric and Islami pattern. You have that central star, and the other stars will be cropped. So that central star is the Quran, and the reason for cropping the stars and not having them complete is to describe that pattern as infinite and ever repeating. So it's like what you're just about to enter is the center of the universe, basically.
Principally, Islamic patterns are symbolic of the central doctrine, which is Tawheed, which can be translated as unity, or it can also be translated as making one or making union. The patterns themselves, how they keep growing and tessellating. It's basically very, very symbolic of the principal aspect of or a direction that a worshipper traditionally has in the Islamic tradition, which is a dhikr, which literally translates as remembrance. These patterns are so symbolic of this cosmological aspect of this of design, of the divine design, and then the remembrance of it all is the repetition of it. It is like constantly remembering that all is one.